Hey guys, Mr. Lloyd here. I'm going to work with you on this video for May 12th. The work we'll be doing here starts on this page. It says 335 down at the bottom, same mean and median up top. And so let's get right into it. The last couple of days we've been calculating, we learned how to calculate the mean and the median of a data set. Today we're going to be looking at data sets. We're going to be comparing symmetric data sets to non-symmetric data sets, and we're going to be thinking about the similarities and differences, so sort of a compare and contrast type of activity today. So the first thing I'm looking at here is I've got some data for plot A, and it makes this nice symmetrical shape. It's kind of shaped like a triangle. And then the data for plot B, also kind of shaped like a triangle, but not symmetrical. Nice little right triangle here if you want to look at it like that. The important thing when I'm just looking at this, I just noticed these, very quickly I noticed the line of symmetry here and the lack of a line of symmetry here. This is just something my eyeballs pick up on, just a pattern I see right away. So let's get into solving these, answering these questions here. It says calculate the mean and median of plot A. So plot A, of course, is this data set here. Well, the median is the center value or the middle value, and we can tell that that is going to be 15. Okay. And the mean, to calculate the mean, I've done it out here with my pink pen here. So remember, I add up all the values in my data set, 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 16 plus 17. Add them all together, there are 10 total values, so I divide by 10. When I add them together, I get 150. And then I divide by 10. 150 divided by 10, of course, is 15. So my mean is 15. And as I said earlier, my median, I already found, was 15. Okay? So all we have to do for part A, or excuse me, question 8. Coming down to question 9, it tells me that plot A is symmetric dot plot. I'll take you back up here so we can see that. Yes, of course, it's symmetric. How is the line of symmetry related to the mean and median of the data? So what we're trying to see here, we're hoping when we write this kind of question that you can see the pattern for yourself. You notice the line of symmetry falls on what number? 15. And look at the mean, 15. Look at the median, 15. So are they all the same? Yeah, of course. So that's all we really need to write here. The line of symmetry is at 15. 15 is the mean and median. I could have written one more sentence that maybe says, for a symmetric dot plot, the median, mean, and line of symmetry all have the same value. That could have been something I can infer from this graph. Don't feel like you need to write that, but just a nice thing to know. Okay, problem 10. Here's one of these using words. We're gonna explain something here. We're gonna predict how the mean and median of plot B might be different than the mean and median of plot A. So let's take a look one more time before I explain my answer. Starting out with a symmetric plot of data here, I've now shifted all, if you notice here, I keep my 4 values at 15, but if you notice I take one 16 and move it over to 14, I take another 16, move it over to 13, and I take a 17 and move it over to 12. In other words, I've shifted a bunch of my dots to the left side. And that's what plot B looks like. We shifted a whole bunch of these dots over to the left. So the prediction, here's one of those parts of math where you get a little bit of wiggle room because our predictions, of course, might vary. My prediction is that both the mean and median for plot B will be less than the mean and median for plot A. Problem 11 is going to ask us to actually figure out if our prediction is correct. So we have to calculate the mean and median of plot B and then check and see if we were correct. So let's calculate the median of plot B. To calculate the median of plot B, we need to list our data in order from smallest to largest. When you're listing data like this, let me just zoom out just a quick second here. And you're writing these down like this. 12 is this 1.12. There are 2 dots at 13, so I list 13 twice. 3 dots at 14, as you can see here, so I list 14 3 times. And then there are 4 dots at 15, so I list 15 4 times. Once I list them from smallest to largest, then I look for the middle value or 2 middle values. In this case, there are 10 numbers, so there are going to be 2 values that form the median, 14 and 14. I know that those are the same value, so the median then, of course, is just simply 14. So that part is done. Now I have to calculate the mean of plot B. I'm going to zoom in a bit here so you can see this. The mean, remember, we just take all of our values that are listed right here in my blue pen. I just did it in orange. And I add them together and then divide by 10. So 12 plus 13 plus 13 plus 14 plus 14, etc., all the way across. Add them all together, then divide by 10. So we go ahead and do that. When we add them all together, we get a value of 140 divided by 10. 140 divided by 10 is 14. So for plot B, both my median and my mean are 14. We have to compare that to plot A. So let's quickly just zoom out for a second so you can look. We had 15 for a median, 15 for a mean. Now we have 14 for a mean and 14 for median. So shifted to the left, values went down. So the answer was the prediction I made in exercise 10 correct. In my case, it is correct. The mean and median did go down. If your prediction was incorrect, don't feel bad. That's part of a prediction. You probably learned something from making an incorrect prediction. Problem 12 asks us to put it all together and explain why this happens. Why do you think the shift of dots to the left, as shown in plot B, decreased the mean and median? Why do you think we saw the mean and the median go down from 14 to 15? Excuse me, from 15 to 14. And the answer is pretty straightforward. As we shift our dots to the left, we're taking a value of 16 and we're replacing it with a value of 13. Taking the value of 17, replacing it with the value of 12. So as we shift our dots, our values decrease. Okay, so by shifting the dots to the left, we decrease the value. And since we're looking at a set of data, once the values in our data set decrease, then the mean and median decrease as well. Sorry, my mouse is in the way there. You might not be able to read my writing there. Let's see if it can. Well, that didn't really do much good, did it? Yeah, I guess I'm not so sophisticated at this after all. All right, so the important thing to really take away from this paper is that when we change the symmetry, when we change data from a data set where our data is symmetrical to non-symmetrical, we change the mean and median of the data, okay? That's all I'm going to do for this video. The next video is going to explain the next page, 336. It's a similar type of work. We're looking at dot plots that are symmetrical versus dot plots that are not symmetrical, and we're doing a little comparing and contrasting and seeing what sense we can make out of these data sets, seeing what types of information we can pull out of these. All right, thank you for watching this video. Please continue to bring your questions to our Zoom meetings through YouTube comments. You can ask me questions through our Google Classroom. You and your parents can text me or send me an email. Pick up the phone and call is always a good way to get in touch as well. But keep them coming. Want to make sure we're getting our practice in and getting the help that you need. So please let me know if you do need some help, if some of this is confusing. We will keep working on this for the next couple weeks as we wind out the school year. And I will see you on the next video. All right, bye.